Rachel, thank you very much for taking the time. So yeah, Rachel, thank you very much for taking the time to join this call, and my name is Puga Shankar. I'm the principal of the company, and if you could please introduce yourself, we can get started there. Your role, your day-to-day responsibilities, activities you do. We can get started there.
Yeah, so I'm Rachel, and I work at Mainfreight, which is a third-party logistics company. And so what I do here at Mainfreight, I've been here for 5 years, the last 5 years,
Okay.
and I've started utilizing LoadProof in the last 6 months. I think I've been doing it for about 6 months now.
Okay.
But we have multiple accounts in our warehouse that actually use LoadProof, so it's not just my account.
Okay.
But I currently overlook one of our companies in here. It's a Simply Protein. It's a pet protein account.
Okay.
Food, dog treats.
Yep.
And so we use LoadProof for every single pallet that leaves the building with Simply Protein. So last week, for example, we did about 468 pallets.
Wow.
This week we're looking at more than that because we're approaching end of month. That's our busy time of the year.
Correct.
So basically I just manage a group of people here that run the account. And I'm just basically here to make sure that shipments are shipping out on time.
Okay.
I'm the face for the customer to talk to.
Yep.
And I'm just responsible for the account as a whole.
Okay.
So
you're not only, so are you, what is your role exactly? Are you the shipping manager, or are you an account manager for that specific account, or everything?
Yeah, I'm the shipping manager. So there's one person like above me that's the account manager.
Got it.
But right now they've stepped away for maternity leave, basically. So I'm basically doing everything at the moment.
Got it. That's always fun,
so,
right? Yeah.
So I'm basically doing both, just juggling it all. But yeah, LoadProof has, I'm sure we'll get into this.
Yeah.
But,
so what is
has helped us with it.
Exactly, what is the exact problem, that you guys were trying to solve, and, why are you using LoadProof,
Yeah, so we ship to customers such as like Walmart, Amazon, Costco, Kroger, Albertsons. So basically it's just kind of to have our back for, okay, this is how something shipped out. Did it travel in that way? Was it received in that way? And basically, like for chargebacks from any of the retailers, there's retailers that require certain packing slips, certain labels. It also like helps us with, since we are dealing with food, we have lot codes, batch codes, expiration dates.
Yep.
So these photos help with going back and being able to locate, okay, did I ship the correct lot code? Did I ship the correct item? It's helped us if we have overshipped something, if we've undershipped something, just things like that. So there's a lot of things that we use it for. We mainly use it for to prevent any customer coming back to us saying like, oh, this was received in really bad condition. And so it basically is just showing the customer and keeping us accountable for how something left our facility. Because sometimes it depends on the carriers that you're using, but sometimes it's, a straight truck to the delivery point. Sometimes it changes 5 different times. Things like that. So we use it for quite a bit, like to help us with any shipping errors, just anything like that.
Got it. So when you say customer, is that Simply Protein, or is it Walmart, Amazon, Costco, all those guys?
Yeah, so I represent Simply Protein just in a third-party logistics. So I work for Mainfreight, but basically I am Simply Protein shipping to Walmart, Costco, or wherever the receiving end of that is.
Yes. So what happens, right? Let's say, Walmart or Amazon or Costco, they received a damaged product. So, what happens, how difficult your position gets if you don't have LoadProof.
Yeah, if we don't have LoadProof, so that would be like, so Simply Protein, like the people that work for Simply Protein, they have customer service and things like that. At that point, they probably take the route of, customers always right. We have to supply X, Y, and Z because they complained about this, because you want your customers to always be happy, right?
Absolutely.
So LoadProof has helped us
Yep.
In the aspect of, because before we were just having to take their word and
Eat
fulfill
that
and
cost. Give
probably,
them free
eat the
stuff
cost on
basically.
that,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact cost just because I'm not Simply Protein like
Got it.
direct.
Yep.
But I do know that this has saved us in instances where the customer comes and says, okay, we're missing the packing slip.
Yep.
Well, I go to the photo, zoom in, pallet one, I know should have the packing slip, the BOL, anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has helped us tremendously since starting to use the app.
Got it. So when you guys, when there is a problem and before, LoadProof, you just have to give them what they ask for. Hey, if there is a pallet that's missing, just give them additional pallet of products. If there is a box that's missing, give them. But now you can pull out the photos and show them, hey guys, look at it. This is how it left our facility.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes it's like a carrier issue.
Yeah.
Or, if something's damaged. Okay, well, we shipped it out. It's got the 4 corner bars. It's got, tamper tape around the top to where nobody could cut into it, and it would be obvious if it was cut into, just things like that. So, yeah.
So how did you find LoadProof to solve this problem?
So there was another account within the warehouse using LoadProof, and they recommended it to Simply Protein, basically. So Simply Protein, the actual company, the people that work for the company, reached out, created an account, and that's who I have the account through.
Okay.
It's through them.
Okay.
But yeah, we have, I think it's 2 other accounts within our warehouse. They ship. One is Very Desk, so it's like they're shipping furniture and desk and big, large items, and then the other one is a popular beverage, energy drinks, things like that. So they also use it.
Great. So what are some of the key benefits? I mean, among, right, obviously, there are multiple scenarios that you run into. I know when LoadProof is helpful. For example, you mentioned, hey, missing product, missing paperwork, labels, packing slip. Out of all the things that you saw, what is the, most beneficial scenario, and what is the key benefit for you guys, especially, right, when you're representing a 3PL? It's very easy to, I mean, obviously, right? I mean, Simply Protein is like, hey, we trusted Rachel from Mainfreight to do their job, and they did not do their job well, right? I mean, that's the first impression that they get. So from that perspective, what is the key benefit for you guys, especially from a 3PL perspective, for you in your role?
Yeah, I think I have 2 here. One would just be covering like the misships, because you won't believe how many people come back saying like, oh, this was misshipped.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of our key benefits, because a lot of the times our damages don't arrive damaged.
Yeah.
We've had like maybe a handful of those.
Yeah.
But mainly we deal with over shipping. Usually people don't complain about that.
Yes.
But when you undership them.
Yes.
Because it's money, right?
Yep.
So it's helped us in that aspect, because LoadProof allows me, to put in the reference number.
Yep.
It obviously captures the date in which I'm shipping it, because I'm not taking pictures of something today that I'm shipping tomorrow. I'm doing all of it live.
Yep.
And so the shipper, it also helps us like, okay, what time did the carrier show up? Well, the carrier showed up when I took the photos, and I think you can see if I'm not mistaken, I think you can see all that online.
Absolutely. Yeah, LoadProof gives you the date stamp, time stamp, user stamp, GPS stamp, so you can look at all the information. I mean, if your SOP is that, hey, I'm going to take photos when the carrier shows up, and I'm taking photos at the time of loading, then whatever time that's documented in LoadProof is when the carrier showed up. Yeah.
So I would definitely say it's covered our butts on like under shipping or shorting a customer. And then it's actually also helped us in like a inventory aspect type way, because of, like I said, we're moving a lot of pallets each week.
Yep.
This is a customer that's mainly like almost 90% pallet in, pallet out.
Yep.
There's the occasional Amazon that require the labels and things like that, but it's definitely helped us, because I do inventory checks every week. I'm like, okay, why am I missing 2 pallets of this lot code? Well, I'll go to LoadProof, see which orders it was supposed to last ship on, things like that. So it has helped in an inventory perspective too. And we are our customer's bank.
Yep.
So that I think inventory and then making sure obviously that orders are shipping out correctly are the two number one important things here.
Got it. So what do you mean by you guys are the customer's bank? What do you mean by that? That means what, you keep track of all the inventory, or could you explain that a little more, please?
Yeah. So basically, if we have 100 pallets, or we're supposed to have 100 pallets of Simply Protein, and we say, oh, we only have 80.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't account for 20 disappeared somehow.
That's
And
not
so
good. Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I mean by we're the customer's bank. This is how they're making their money, right?
Yep,
Every
yep.
pallet we're shipping out, we're making money, they're making money
Yep.
by selling it. Just things like that.
Got
So
it.
when I say inventory wise, I mean, I had an instance like a few weeks ago where I had to go back to LoadProof and see the lot codes.
Yep.
Because my boxes, it prints everything on the outside. Like, I'm not dealing with little pieces on this
Correct.
account. I'm
Correct.
dealing with boxes, the SKU codes, the batch number, the
Yep.
expiration date, everything is printed quite large on my box.
Yep.
So I'm able to easily see it on LoadProof
Got it.
through that.
Got it.
So it's helped me tremendously when it comes to inventory counts. If I'm missing anything or if I'm over by something, that's kind of how I narrow it down.
Got it. So, but does the inventory itself, right? The financials would sit in Simply Protein books, right? Not in your books, correct?
No. Yeah.
It Simply Protein owns the inventory, and I mean it's very important for them to also know, hey, if there is something missing, because
Yeah.
especially when they're a large company, they have the SOX regulations that they have to strictly comply with, and as part of that, they got to accurately reflect what the inventory is sitting in their financials, right? What the inventory is sitting in your warehouse.
Yeah.
Even though it's sitting in your warehouse, it's still sitting in their financials, so they care about that a lot.
Yeah.
Got it. So that's great. And so what were you doing, 6 months, right? You guys have been using LoadProof for 6 months for Simply Protein in your facility. Before that, were you doing it manually, taking photos? What were you guys doing before that?
Okay, so I got moved to this account, so I can't really speak for what came prior to the 6 months, but I do know that there was a time that they just weren't doing the pictures at all.
Yeah.
So when I say 6 months, that just means we started implementing the LoadProof app and account because we heard about it. Like one of our other, because we have like an account managers meeting every week.
Yeah.
And so we're always like, my account's doing this, my account's doing this. Can anybody else benefit?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Kind of sharing the best practices within your organization, within the warehouse, across the accounts. Yeah.
Exactly. So like before they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now with LoadProof, you guys are able to do great.
Yeah.
Great.
Which honestly, I feel like it probably should have been implemented like a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Just because of how much freight we're moving out. But
Correct.
I wasn't on this account 6 months ago, so I can't talk for all of the.
Fair enough. I mean, see, my thing is that, hey, you've gotten, I mean, see, when I see you smile, that's good for me, right? You're a happy user, and
Yes.
all I want to do is, that is our mission. We want to make supply chains efficient, and we want to make all shipping manager like yourself smile, right? And this is a good tool that does that. I just wish, how can we get this message to all the shipping managers like yourself, even within Mainfreight itself, right? I mean, you said,
Yeah.
hey, we have our account managers meeting and we share best practices in that. How can we do that? I mean, it's obviously beneficial for you. Like that, it'll be beneficial for all the other Mainfreight shipping managers as well, right? How can we do that? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think my thoughts on that are just like by word of mouth, right? So
Yeah.
I probably also would recommend the app to other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would.
Yeah.
Anyone that like deals with this much volume going out, if
Yeah.
you will, is who I would recommend it to. I would honestly even recommend it to the smaller accounts shipping even small parcel, just so that the customer can see truly how things are leaving in pristine condition from the warehouse. Because like I said, even with small parcel, you just never know how like FedEx Ground or UPS Ground and them are handling the boxes, even if they're labeled. Like we've got accounts in here that deal with glass. So like are the fragile labels on there?
Yep.
Or any, I know we have some dangerous goods. So
Yep.
like, are the hazmat labels on there? Are those proper? Like all those things.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
everybody could benefit from it.
Yep.
I think the 3 accounts that are really utilizing the app right now are the accounts that have, the customers that are very involved in their accounts. We
Got
have
it.
some accounts in here to where the customer puts their full trust in us.
Very
and
hands-off
we do it.
approach. You know what? We trust Mainfreight. You guys do a great job.
Yes.
You know, you own it. Whereas some customers
Yes.
is like, hey, you know, what happened this? What happened with that? Right? They're
Yes,
very
and then we have
hands-on.
other customers like the Simply Protein account. They need an email with like all the BOLs for the day, all the LoadProof pictures for the day,
Yeah.
like an end of day
Yep.
every single day.
Yep. Yep.
And like I said, if there's one order that's missing the LoadProof pictures, I will be called out tomorrow. So
Okay. Okay.
yes.
So do
And
they?
we are using it for small parcel as well.
Got it. Got it. So do they log into the a LoadProof account and they look at the photos that you guys are uploading as well?
They look at the photos, they send me screenshots of saying like, this is unacceptable, this needs to be fixed, or things like that, you
okay,
know, like such as the grade A pallets.
Yep.
They want pristine pallets,
Yep.
no little tiny chips within the pallet, nothing like that.
Correct.
The wrap, they want to make sure everything is wrapped fully around the bottom of the pallet.
Yep.
So it's just, they are very hands-on with their account,
Yep,
which
yep,
I
yep.
mean, is great for them, but
Yeah.
not all customers are like
Customers are like that. Got it. Got it. Got it. Perfect. Perfect. Are you sleeping peacefully now? You know, because of LoadProof, is has that improved your sleep by any chance?
Yes, I feel like it has, because the other day I got an email saying everything on LoadProof looked perfect.
Okay.
There were no complaints.
Okay.
So I was like, ah,
You got it. You
That's
have
good
a,
for
you know,
me.
I had a great day. You know, that is a fulfilling day. Perfect. 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 Perfect.
yes.
You know, so you know, just very high level. I mean, it doesn't have to be specific. High level swag would suffice. What is approximately you think the dollar savings? You know, very high level.
For using LoadProof?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, after using LoadProof. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know some of these orders that we ship out cost anywhere from like $12,000 to $30,000, especially Amazon when we're shipping 30 pallets for one order.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it can be anything between, you know, just for if we're speaking at an order level,
Yeah.
I think you can be thinking about like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
because if you have to replace one pallet,
Yeah.
that alone right there, $2,000.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm just, you
Got
know,
it.
things.
High level
like
swag. Yeah, got it. So how, you know, easy was it to implement LoadProof? So you got it done, you know, after you took over this account, or you started, you know, working with Simply Protein, right? How difficult was it to implement? More from, you know, there are two perspectives, right? I mean, there is a technical implementation itself, making it work, making sure the Wi-Fi is good, making sure, everybody is doing it, you know, in terms of getting it technically right, you know, how difficult was it?
Not difficult at all. It's very self-explanatory, very easy to use, very user-friendly. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is click it and it takes the photo. But yeah, I think it's very easy to implement with anything.
Got it. And from a people perspective, you know, how easy was it to get the people to embrace the technology, right? People normally they ask, hey, why the heck I have to do it now? Until now I didn't do it, but now you're asking me to do this extra step, and that means I got to spend extra few minutes, you know, capturing these photos. I know how did you guys get the team to embrace the technology or embrace that extra step?
Yeah, at first, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little annoying. I was like, ugh, every single pallet I have to take a photo of.
Yep.
You know, but once it becomes routine,
Yeah.
it's super quick.
Yeah.
Super quick.
Yeah.
It might add on an extra 5 minutes
Yeah.
to loading a truck.
Yeah. And are those FTLs or LTLs, or what are those trucks?
Mainly LTLs, but
Okay.
I mean, there are days where we have full truckloads.
Got it. So
It just depends, because on a given day, like today, I had 10 different carriers.
10 different carriers. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, if I don't have 10 different carriers and I have one, then it's FTL.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's LTL. 14 pallets going here, 7 pallets going here,
Got it.
3 pallets going here.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Do you guys double stack your pallets as well? Got
Yes.
it. Okay, great. So you know, after um, after implementing, LoadProof, did you realize, hey, hey, these are some of the best practices that I can implement, because now I'm doing this photo capture process? Did you implement any best practices that were helpful, after implementing LoadProof?
Can you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
No, no, for example, right, there are best practices that you always wanted to implement, right? See, we see this a lot. Sometimes, they don't always use the airbags, they don't always use the load bars, right? They don't always use the load straps. But now, after implementing load proof, they're doing that better, right? Because there is a photo proof for, all that now, right? So did you, has that gotten better for you guys, or like that? Did you implement any best practices that load proof kind of facilitated that, implementation, and that made your load quality even better?
Yeah, I think for my team specifically, I think our biggest thing is that the pallet wrap, like the way the pallet is wrapped.
Yeah.
Because if it's not wrapped properly, the customer calls it out.
Yeah.
As far as like the load bar and load straps and pillows,
Yeah.
I actually only control that when Mainfreight, so our own carrier is carrying the load.
Yep.
But as far as like the other carriers go, since it is LTL,
Yeah.
they do all that.
Yeah.
But I would say it's helped from a standpoint on making sure that we are using the best of the best pallets and wrapping our pallets the most pristine that we can.
Got it. So are you guys using still load proof only in the outbound areas, or are you looking at any other opportunities within the warehouse? Say, for example, inbound, obviously, right, that simple protein, it's coming from a factory somewhere, where the bread food is made. Are you guys looking at, turning it on in any other areas of the warehouse, other processes and things like that?
To be honest with you, we have a whole container team that does the inbounds, and
Okay.
I don't know if they're utilizing. I would assume they are not, but
Yeah.
it would not be a bad idea
Yeah.
to implement that.
Yeah.
Just to show the customer like how we do receive things and
Correct.
how we have to like maybe, fix things, because everything that is shipped to us
Yeah.
comes on a slip sheet,
Yeah.
or we have to put it on a slip sheet. It's all the container. It's not palletized in the container.
Yeah. And would it make sense to share that, feedback, or share that idea with anybody else, right? I mean, obviously you're focused on shipping, on behalf of Simply Protein. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, and what would be the process to, get someone within Mainfreight to see, hey, look at all the other areas where you can use load proof and even get more benefits?
Yeah. I think, like I said, it's just basically by word of mouth.
Yeah.
I would have to, and that could be like my job too, and we could have like a follow-up discussion to
Yeah.
see if I got anybody
Yeah.
else on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I could present that to my customer and say, hey, what are your thoughts about
Yeah.
using load proof on inbound? Is it
Yeah.
necessary? Is it not necessary?
Yeah.
Especially with like today, we had a shipment going out to Costco, and we had to use load bar, air pillows, all that.
Yep.
It's like a road show, so
Yep.
whatever doesn't sell comes back,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
I have all these photos on my phone.
Yep.
And of how it was received back. So
Yep.
I think in cases like this, it
Yeah.
would also be helpful, because I don't like storing
Your
those
food.
things on my phone using my storage.
Correct.
Versus
Correct.
whereas LoadProof houses everything for me.
Correct.
It's not saving to my camera roll. It's just on the app.
Correct.
So I think in instances like that, it could be helpful too.
Yeah.
To where I'm not having to take photos and keep them and email them, because LoadProof also is just like, it's one house, right? You don't
Yep.
have to go searching for anything.
Correct.
You can look it up in one area.
Yep, exactly. One place for
Whereas
everything. all
email
the-
is like a chain.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta find
yeah,
the email
yeah.
chain you were talking on to find it.
Correct. So what is the most, likable feature, that you like it and use it a lot within LoadProof for yourself?
I think the thing that I like the most is the questions that I'm asked at the end. So like the reference number, how many pallets did you ship? It kind of is like a self checklist for me
Okay.
to compare my BOL and physically what I have loaded into the truck.
Yeah.
And then we even have, I'm assuming that I mean, we have the questions of, did you use a grade A pallet?
Yeah.
We have Mainfreight tamper tape that we use that we put around every single pallet that leaves the building.
Yep.
So I also have that question on my LoadProof too. Is there Mainfreight tape on there?
Yeah.
Grade A pallet.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's just a little checklist to make sure I did the last few steps before it leaves.
Great. And I know for Costco, right? You got a chip in the chip pallet and all that. You can include that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Exactly.
Great. So, in your role, right, would you recommend LoadProof to someone else that is in a similar shoes like yourself?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would.
Great. I mean, that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything else that you want to add, or anything that we can do, from a software perspective that would make your life even better, even easier? Anything we can do for you?
I do have two things that
Okay.
it would be, so on the LoadProof, when I'm taking like photos and then I press the forward arrow.
Yep.
And then if I go back, it shows me, like, say I have 6 photos, it shows me like 6 little photos.
Yep.
But if there was a way to like click on one and zoom in on it.
Yep.
That would be most helpful, just because sometimes I'm like, wait, did I already take a photo of that particular pallet?
Yep.
Because like today I had 5 drivers show up all at one time.
Yep.
And with LoadProof, I'm only able, unless I haven't been shown how, to my knowledge, I'm only able to do one reference number at a time.
Okay.
It would be helpful if there was a way to
I'll show you real quick. See, you take photos like this, right? You just tap on it and you take photos. So you took photos, right? And then you go here, you see the gallery screen, right? So here, if you touch and hold it, it'll become big.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you're like, you already have that feature.
Yeah. I mean, so this is called the gallery screen. Basically, this is where you make sure that you captured the photos of, all the pallets, and then you just touch and hold it. That'll become big. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you do it. Yeah.
Okay.
What is the second one? You said you wanted one more wish. Yeah.
Okay, so when I'm taking photos, I have to include the BOL for my signed BOL from the driver.
Yep.
So there's instances where we're in a huge warehouse, like we have 150 dock doors, dock doors.
Dock doors, yeah.
So I sometimes have to carry my pallets to other dock doors if a carrier is going on the other side of the warehouse.
Got it.
And it would be helpful if I was able to, I take pictures of the pallets, but then I try to leave it open because I don't have my signed BOL just yet.
Yep.
I know you can go back and add documents, so I have used that feature.
Yep.
I just didn't know if there's a feature that I'm able to. Basically, what I'm saying is if my pallets for that particular carrier are carried away, but I have another carrier sitting here and I need to take photos of this carrier.
Yep.
Am I able to do that?
Yeah. I mean, you want to have 2 different loads, right? One for carrier 1, another one for carrier 2. Yeah, you can do that. You got to close the first load and then start a new load and still have the same reference number, but have 2 different carriers. You can have that. And then you can still look up, you can, there is something called related loads, and you can still keep those, find those loads together, when you search by that, sales order number or purchase order number.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might just have to look at it because I know that if I'm like in the middle of one, I don't know how to start another.
Yeah. We can help you with that. I mean, whenever you have some time, I'll connect you with my product support team and they can help you how to do that. Absolutely.
That would be perfect.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I'll follow up with an email, meeting, for that. But yeah, I mean, thank you very much, Rachel. This feedback is very, very helpful. That's what, we strive to, enhance the product, right? Based on, end users like yourself. I know what you tell us. So thank you very much for the time, and I'll come back to you. Thank you very much. This is very helpful.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.